Welcome to another episode of Around Town. I'm your host, Abby Stevenson, and today we're taking things indoors for a change to talk to Alaska Kayak Company. I am here with the co-owners, Mary Maley and Tim Hemme, and I think that it's important to speak to companies such as yourself because you're out here providing access to people to get out on the water, and it's not necessarily about tourists or people coming off the cruise ships, right? You are available to everyone in town, and so shopping local can sometimes mean supporting our local outdoor companies as well.
Yeah, thanks for talking to us, Abby. I think you bring up a great point. While the bulk of our business comes from cruise ship tourism, we also do a lot of work with local individuals in a couple capacities. We love to take locals out on kayak tours because the model of our business is that it's just Tim and I, and we sort of can choose where to go with our mobile office and our kayaks on top. We can adventure anywhere we want. So if people are interested in seeing a particular part of the island or adventuring in particular spots, we can cater to that desire for locals. We also have worked with the youth in town, and we can do multi-day kayak trips, which is something that, I don't think a lot of people imagine themselves as capable of, but with our support, we would love to help people achieve that.
That's super cool. And I remember I was blown away. We actually went out with you and did a day of kayaking, and it was so much fun. And I was really blown away. I thought, okay, I'm gonna hop on a kayak. We're gonna go around for a half hour, maybe around Thomas Basin or something. No, you are taking people out on trips.
There you go. Cool. And then Colleen is your friend maneuvering in.
Okay.
Because you got to get over that seat. You have to go with you.
Sitting on it. All right. Ready for an adventure today.
All right.
Now I noticed your paddle goes a little bit higher in the air than mine does.
Should
I be lifting?
I have a tendency to high box.
Oh, okay.
No, whatever's comfortable, because we're all built a little different. Really, you want it low, like 10, 11 inches out from your belly button.
Oh, okay.
So where we went, it was lovely to go out to Black Sands and go picnic with you. That's one of our favorite spots. But we also take people anywhere they need to go, as far as Forest Service cabins. If you need to, sometimes we do some remote work with various engineers that need to do water sampling, and they just want to squeeze in kayaking while we're going along.
Great.
So it's a wide, diverse clientele that we support here in Southeast.
That's wonderful.
So it's not all play. It can be work too.
Okay, that's good to know, and that's important for locals to know as well. What are some of the packages that you all offer?
We do short day trips that can or cannot include hiking. It's up to your level of adventure. And that's great to take your family out on. If you have relatives coming in or they're in town for a wedding or a visit, it's a really good way to get them to explore the water and to explore the forest, is to go out for a day.
Oh man, and the lovely part about going with a smaller group located in town, we can adjust as needed. So if your relatives are calling the kayaks canoes the whole time, it's okay. We know where to keep them in protected waters until they learn a little bit more about it. Yeah. So we have the level of flexibility to introduce people to the water in a meaningful way that isn't always available in other facets.
That's amazing. What inspired you to want to create this business?
We love sea kayaking.
Getting on the water.
Yeah, we wanted to be outside. We wanted to be outside together. And so it seemed like a really good way to do that is helping other people enjoy it as much as we do. But sea kayaking is something that we've always been really passionate about. We enjoy going on trips ourselves, so it's nice to be able to share that passion with people.
Yeah, absolutely. And so do you ever get to see some good wildlife while you're out there?
There's really cool stuff happening everywhere. We'll occasionally run onto a bear on the beach or see a whale in the channel, of course. The eagles are everywhere.
I mean, bears, eagles,
Bears,
whales.
eagles,
That's old
whales,
news.
standard stuff.
Everybody does that bingo card.
Yeah, but kind of our niche and what we really like enjoy talking about and geeking out on is intertidal zone, because we are right up against the rocks on the beach. We get to see it all.
And sometimes the beach is this.
Yeah, sometimes the beach is this,
Yeah.
a rock wall that
You
you know.
can't really get to any other way.
Ooh, you really can see the kelp forest under there now.
Right? Yeah, we
That's
draft
beautiful.
all of 6.5 inches, so you don't really have to worry about getting too close. It's so calm today, there's no detritus floating in
It's
the water.
just clear water, sunshine, you can see the kelp and all the creatures.
No?
It's amazing. Sometimes kayaking can seem like somebody needs to have a certain level of skill, or they might have that impression. Do you work with people at all skill levels? You know, talk to me a little bit about
Yeah.
that.
So like that's one of the great parts about being owner operators is we get to guide people along by meeting them where they're at. And sometimes that can be a medical thing, like lacking some maybe lower or upper mobility or strength, or that could even just be like having severe diabetic issues, and like we need to make sure that we stop every 20 minutes, and so we can't be on a larger group organized tour where they're just cut up, go, 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 you know? So offering the flexibility for people to be human while still exploring is really, I feel like, one of the things we really thrive on.
That's amazing. You're able to customize it to your customers, and that's awesome.
It is awesome.
Are there places that you are able to take kayaks that maybe a regular boat might not be able to go, and that somebody could see something in a different way?
Oh, for sure. I think one of the strong suits of a kayak is that you can get right up against the rocks when it shallows out. You're in it where the water meets the wall, and that's where all the fun things are. That's where the big barnacles grow, and where the sea anemones come out, and where the starfish are all hanging out. So getting up close and personal with that and really being able to reach out and touch it is pretty amazing.
This leafy kelp, we're just finally getting shallow enough that you see it. It's about 60 feet in the middle.
I can see a lot of things down there.
Yeah, we've got this big leafy kelp that provides a whole little ecosystem down there, and then where you can see little patches, there's crushed shell, and then some full shells. There's an abalone right over there. And then we passed a few urchin back there.
And what's the difference between a shorter tour versus a longer, let's say, full day tour? What are some differences
I'll
and
let you
things that
take this
people can
one.
expect?
Our shorter tours will stay pretty bound to the kayak. So we'll go on the boat tour, head out to the remote location, get in the kayaks, and have a snack on the boat before we return to town. The full day tours are an adventure. We'll go out to the middle of nowhere, get you in a kayak for a couple hours, do a hike for a couple of hours, have a full lunch, kayak around a bit more, and then come back into town. So.
And the bonus with that needs to be mentioned is it's flexible. So again, like if we're in the middle of a hike, we see a good view, we want to sit there for a little bit, or there's what's over there.
Very cool.
Let's go see.
Well, speaking of snacks, we actually spoke with Lindsay Johnson of Ketchikan Dry Goods
Lindsay.
earlier. So why don't we cut to that interview and take a look? I'm here talking with Tim Hemme of Alaska Kayak Company and with Lindsay Johnson from Ketchikan Dry Goods. Tell me, what are you up to?
All right, so we have a couple of tours that we go for an extended duration. We end up usually serving lunch. We'll go for a kayak and hike, and we figured why go and make our own food when we have this lovely charcuterie that Lindsay's put together. And so we serve this on our hike and kayak tour. After we get done burning off all that energy,
Yeah, you got to have some good snacks for all that fitness.
Yep. I mean, you earn it. You earn the cheese. We just dangle a little cheese as we're hiking along. You've almost made it.
Yeah. And now I understand that Ketchikan Dry Goods has made an interesting pivot in the last year or so towards the meat and cheese. Tell me a little bit about where you're getting this from and what would you be able to provide on an awesome kayak tour with Alaska Kayak?
Yeah, sure. We definitely moved from more of a boutique and gift shop to a specialty food store. I started out with a cooler that I was putting some meat in from Indianapolis, and then it just expanded to all different kinds of places. We added in the cheese, and then of course our favorite, and I think what's going to be featured on Tim and Mary's tour is a lot more of our like local seafood flavors and things like that. So it could be like these very cool salmon skin chips that we have, or kelp salsas or pickles. But yeah, of course you need some of the protein and cheese to fill in the gaps too.
Gonna lure them along.
Yeah. And then get them to try something new and cool that's local.
I don't think anyone's probably coming to on our tours have tried salmon skin.
No, probably not. But these are really neat. They're actually they use the remains of the salmon skin that would normally get thrown out and kind of fry them up like a chicharron, and they are pretty delicious.
Yeah, they are.
That's really cool. And now I understand these seaweed treats over here are actually sourced by Kayak.
Yes.
Is that right? I mean, what a cool thing to pair with a kayak tour.
Right.
It's a gal in Juneau. She has like 4 different flavors, and yeah, she goes out in her kayak to harvest the seaweed and then dries it and flavors it, and I think it would just be a perfect fit.
That sounds awesome.
That's great. Well, I can't wait to dig into this and taste some of it for ourselves because this is delicious. I'm salivating, like
I know,
just
I can't sit
watching
here
it
much
being
longer.
put together all day. Yeah.
I've been smelling the cheese for a minute now. I'm like, ah.
Okay, so someone would get something like this if they were on the hiking and kayaking tour. Is
Right.
that
We have
correct?
like a smaller tour that's just kayaking. That's more oriented for cruise ship guests. But if anyone's in town for at least 6 hours, we can go kayak, boat, hike, and picnic. And this
Awesome.
is some of the things would be featured on the picnic.
Great.
That's your Dodge City. It's a Finocchione style salami.
What does that mean?
It's an Italian style. It's made with fennel.
Oh, I do like fennel.
I do too.
Oh, this is this one that comes not wrapped. That is delicious.
What's happening with these candied pecans?
They're spiced and candied, and they're my favorite.
Your favorite. I'm gonna have to try one then.
Yeah.
I did not expect that.
Oh, that's really, really warm.
You gotta try one of the salmon skins. It's not gonna be everybody's favorite, but I love them so much I can't stop eating these
I
things.
was a little sus. And then I had a bite and I was like, whoa, that went in a totally different direction. I thought it was gonna be really fishy, but it wasn't.
So that's smoked salmon caviar from Wild Fish Cannery over on Prince of Wales.
Wow.
Oh.
And they just do an excellent job with any of their tinned fish. It's what I love.
Yeah. And you're not
Bougie
doing what
food.
you love.
And it's easy to love it. That
Yeah.
stuff is awesome. Everything I tried was amazing.
That's awesome. I can personally tell you that when I did my tour, it was spectacular. I encourage you all to call or book online. Can we book tours online? What is your website?
So it's alaskakayakcompany.com. If you want to shoot us an email, it's akkayakcompany@gmail and 907-204-0402. You'll be talking to me.
Great. So check them out, Alaska Kayak Company. See what you can book for the summer and get out there and have fun, Ketchikan. I don't know why. I feel like I've got the power. You shall not pass.
Oh man, if we're gonna do Lord of the Rings, I should have brought